Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making something for the sweet tooth. And this is lemon supreme cake, and it's made with a cake mix, which I have nothing against using a cake mix. All we're going to do is take it and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit, make it a little special. I've told y'all about my big book. You can see it back here. That's where I have a lot of my recipes that other people have given me, or I've printed from the internet, used them, kept them. But I also have another little treasure. This is my little recipe book that has got tried and true family recipes in it. And I have all of my special recipes that I use for different occasions. And this is the first one I'm pulling out of this book that we're going to do together. And like I said, it is lemon supreme cake. We're going to mix it up. That's all it takes. We're going to mix it, bake it, put a delicious lemon frosting on it, and then we're going to have something light for the holidays. We're just about to the 4th, but you can use this anytime. I just like the lemon flavor for the summertime. So let me get started. I'm going to put my glasses on so I'll make sure we put the right amount of stuff in. You can see with my recipe it's a little dirty. But I can only tell you it's because I've used it a lot. So we are starting with our friend Duncan Hines. And it is the Lemon Supreme Cake Mix. I don't know what all is different in this than a regular lemon, but very important that you get the Lemon Supreme Cake Mix. So that goes in. Then all we're going to do is we're going to add, you could add from the recipe on here, except I do have a couple of extra things that I'm adding from my family card. So there's our cake mix. To the cake mix, we are going to put 4 eggs. And you don't have to add these one at a time like you do a lot of time when you're baking. You just dump everything in. But I do like to go ahead and crack open my eggs so I can look and make sure I don't get a shell. And I always buy jumbo eggs, especially when I'm baking. And I tell you the only reason I do that is because, well, that's what Ina Garden says to do. She's my friend. Isn't it funny? Do you watch on Food Network and think to yourself, if I knew those people, we'd be friends? Well, Ina would be my friend. Okay, then we're going to do 1 cup of apricot juice. And this is a little tricky to find sometimes. I have bought it in the area with the baking supplies. Not this brand, but it is apricot juice. That's all you have to look for. I will tell you, you can find this in the Hispanic food aisle. A lot of times they have different flavored juices. I can almost always find the apricot juice there. So we need a cup. Let me pour that. You shake it before you open it, which we did. And add that in. Then we're going to put in 3/4 of a cup of just vegetable oil. So that goes in. See how this is just going to make it nice and moist? We only have 1/2 cup of sugar to add. That's all we've done is taken a regular cake mix, added some deliciousness. We're going to mix this up for probably 3 to 3.5 to 4 minutes, and then it's going to be ready to put into our bundt pan. Let me tell you before I do that though, that your bundt pan is very important that you make sure you get lots of oil in here, because every little nook and cranny needs to be touched with a little bit of Crisco. And the main reason, you want to get your cake out. So make sure that's nice and ready, because as soon as we get finished mixing, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to pour it into our pan. It's going to cook for the amount of time on the box. So this is a bundt, 33 to 36 minutes, and it's going to be delicious. So all this is in here. We're going to get ready, and we are going to mix it up. Welcome back. That's enough of that noise. It's been about 4 minutes, and what that does is just lets the air get incorporated in, mixes everything up really well. So now all we're going to do is pour this lemon deliciousness into our well-greased bundt pan. You take this out. Make sure when you get your pan off, your bowl off, just make sure everything's mixed well, and it is, so that's awesome. And we talked about this before, but make sure you have oiled this well, because you want it to be able to come out and look pretty. These bunt pans are gorgeous when they're on display table, a dessert table. Hey, I wanted to tell you too, we almost had a little calamity because I started my mixer too quick. Always start your mixer on low. Once it gets everything incorporated, then you can turn it up and it can start whipping everything. But all we're going to do with this is pour it into our bunt pan. Spin it around a little bit. Make sure it'll go all the way around. I don't know why I feel like I need to spin it, but the liquid's thin enough that it'll fill the pan evenly. But that's all we have to that. I'm actually using my little convection oven. So I'm going to take this and put it in. We're going to cook it for 33 to 36 minutes. When it comes back, or when it's done, I'll pull it out, let it cool for about 10 minutes, and then we'll meet back here, and that's when we'll make our delicious lemon icing. And you'll see how pretty this is to set on your dessert table for the holiday. So we will be back. Hey guys, welcome back. We are ready to ice our lemon supreme cake. It smells wonderful. You can always tell when it's getting close to time because you'll start smelling it. It's very fragrant. What we're going to do now is make the frosting to go on it, and really it's just a simple confectioner's sugar with some lemon juice. And so I've got 3 cups of, and it's powdered sugar. That's what it's called, confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar. So we've got 3 cups of that. I'm going to put a little lemon zest in it just because it looks so pretty and it gives it a little more lemon flavor. You can't go wrong with that. Anything that calls for lemon, lots of times, if I've got the fresh lemons, which I try to have if I've got that in my recipe, the fresh lemons, because fresh is just best. So we've got the zest of 1 lemon. Let me juice. It just calls for the juice of 2, and these, hopefully they're pretty juicy because this is going to take quite a bit. But you just squeeze that in. This little thing, I don't know where I got it, but it's fabulous. I can use it for lemons and limes. They have a great big one that I saw somebody use on TV the other day for oranges. Oh, I think it was my best friend, Valerie Bertinelli. But we never really squeeze fresh orange juice. I think she lives out in California, so I bet she has fresh orange juice all the time. Let's see, this looks like a good one. We'll get all the juice in, start mixing it up, and see if that's going to be enough. If it's not, we can always add a little more lemon juice. Or you can add a little water, you can add a little milk, whatever. You know, this powdered sugar can be used for a multitude of things. And then our cake is still warm. This is one of those that you can actually ice it while it's warm because you want the icing to run down the side a little bit. So let me see. I think we are going to need maybe a little bit more juice because that's pretty thick. Let me just grab another lemon. I got one right here ready to go. We'll do a half of it and see if that doesn't give us enough. One thing to remember, if you don't have one of these and you're squeezing lemons into it, either use, just use something to keep the lemon seeds from going in. Your hand or a strainer, something to just keep that from happening because you don't want to have a lemon seed and a crunch in the middle of your cake. All right, this is going to be nice, a little thick. I think I like it. I tell you what, truthfully, I'm going to do just a little bit more. But that's nice. You know, the thing is, if I'd put 3 in here to start with, we'd be in a world of hurt because you can't take it out. But the truth is, you could always add more powdered sugar. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close. Like I said, I like it a little bit thicker because it'll run down, hopefully both sides. I think I've got this to where I can just maybe tip up this bowl. That's going to be a little risky, but we're going to try it. We're going to tip the bowl, move the cake around. Oh, it looks so pretty because it's got those flecks of orange. I'll let you see it when we get done. But see how it's kind of cascading down? That's what we want. Because you eat with your eyes first. Let me kind of do a quick run around. Can y'all see that how pretty that is? Isn't that pretty? And it smells good. I bet it's going to taste great. We're not really going to eat it till tomorrow, so I'm going to cover it up. And I'll leave it out on the counter. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, I don't think, overnight. So, but anyway, there we have lemon supreme cake. You know, I've made it many, many times. And I'll tell you, it always tastes good, but it's funny because it seems like when my mom makes it, it tastes a little bit better. But you know, I think that's because that secret ingredient, when people make food for you, it's just that love is added to it. So here is our lemon supreme cake mix. Try it for somebody. Take it as a gift. Enjoy it with your family. But I hope you will try it and have a great weekend.